So, with this week coming up, and we have the premiere of probably my most anticipated movie of the year at the moment. I know Last Jedi is later this year, but, you know, for right now, it's Logan, you know. Logan's the movie I was most hyped for, and then I'll move my hype on to Kong, and then from Kong, I'll go to Star Wars. That's how I work. Priorities. Anyway, so with this, I think I was going to originally do Old Man Logan as a review, but then I was looking around and everyone was doing Old Man Logan in anticipation for the Logan movie. So I was like, well, everyone's already doing Logan, so I would just be one of the crowd. So I thought, since the movie's supposed to be the end of Wolverine, I figured, why don't I do a review at the start? I am schmert. Anyway, so yes, I decided to review Wolverine Origin, because let's start from the beginning, you know? Let's go, you know, with the end coming, why not talk about the start? Makes sense, right? Anywho, so this is going to be my review of Wolverine Origin, aka one of the most heartbreaking comics I have ever read. No, seriously, if you have not read this, prepared and you're a Wolverine fan, first off, let me say that if you are a fan of Wolverine, then this should be in your, you know, collection of comics. This should be one of the comics that you own in your collection if you are a fan of Wolverine or X-Men, or just comics in general. I feel like that's how big it is, you know, this is an important comic to own, in my personal opinion. But that's just me, though. So, with Wolverine Origin, this is, of course, this was premiered I believe shortly after the events of House of M, where, if you guys remember in House of M, Logan got all of his memories back, because it turned out his brain was literally keeping it all from him, you know, all the mental pain that he had to suffer through. And it kind of goes a little more into that in this comic, but yeah. This comic is more or less the very start of Wolverine, something that Marvel never wanted to do, but they decided, let's do it. Yeah. So Wolverine Origin is a very dark comic. It is there's not a lot of humor in here. Well, yeah, there's no humor. But this is the start of what kind of man Logan would become. Now, if you guys remember, his real name is James Howlett, and the story starts off with a young Irish girl coming to live with the Howletts. The Howletts are a very important family in Canada. There's three of them. There's the headmaster, James, and James Jr., who is Logan, and their grandfather, who is a total asshole. And there's also the groundskeeper, Logan, and his son, Dog. No, really, that's his name. So as the comic progresses... Oh yeah, there's also the wife, excuse me, I forgot the wife. Yes, there's also James' mother as well, who... They never really say it out loud, you kind of piece it together in your head. Is that James is the spawn of Logan and... and, you know, he's not Master James's son, he's more... Yeah, Logan's son. And yeah, they go back to it in Wolverine in Hell, and that's a great scene. I've already talked about what happens in Wolverine in Hell. But yeah, if you've seen the start of X-Men Origins Wolverine, you know what happens. Wolverine kills Logan, and the young girl, Rose, yeah, that's the girl's name, and this is all told from her perspective, is that, you know, this is all coming from her diary, and she's trying to take care of James, and they just flee to the rural parts of Canada to work at a mining community. While there, they run into a guy named Schmitty. Schmitty is basically is a man. He is proto-Wolverine. Also at this mining camp is probably the biggest asshole you will ever see in comics. That man's name is Cookie. Oh boy, Cookie. Cookie is this fat tub of shit that is literally the biggest douche nozzle you will ever see in comics. I don't care how bad, you know, maybe there are some other characters that are just downright dicks, but yeah, Cookie is just a straight up asshole. He's this fat piece of shit picks on Logan because everyone picks on him. He's a typical bully, and he just picks on Logan because, yeah, Logan is he's still trying to figure out what he is. Remember, this is still when he has the bone claws, and this is way back in the 18th century. You know, that's how old Logan is. But yeah, Cookie just picks on James constantly. And no matter how many times he gets his ass beat by someone like Smitty or someone else, he'll say, "Oh, I'll never do it again." No, he does it again. Even when he causes a dynamite collapse when everyone starts liking James, at the time, James is given a new identity, of course, Logan. So Logan, I should start calling him Logan throughout this review, shouldn't I? So when Logan starts earning more favor, guess what Cookie does when he thinks he lost his place in the camp? He takes a thing of dynamite and blows a hole in it and tries to pin it on Logan. But Logan rescues them, and guess what? Logan, he rescues most of them, but there are still some miners who die. And guess what Cookie does during the whole funeral? He raids the people's houses and steals their shit. Yeah. And you're thinking, does Wolverine kill this guy? Sadly not. I do think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Wolverine kills him in Origin 2, but I can't confirm that because I haven't read Origin 2, written by Karen Gillan. I want to because I heard it's fucking brilliant. But yeah, this is a very heartbreaking comic because Logan is teetering on, becoming the animal we know him to be, and still trying to be a socialite, and trying to deal with his feelings for Rose. He is very much trying to deal with his, as he calls it, an urge, and it's a very polarizing feeling for him because he doesn't understand what to do. His mind was so traumatized by that night of when his mother just killed herself after watching her son disembowel, basically his father, his baby daddy. So it's a very, heartbreaking scene throughout this story. So Logan is constantly trying to contain the animal inside of him, even bonding with a group of wolves, which are some very fun scenes of seeing Wolverine with these wolves and hang out with them and slowly learn, and we slowly see more of what he is to, what is he to become. The artwork here is breathtaking. It really drives home the story. It's a very gothic kind of painting. It very much fits the story, and when it gets bloody, it doesn't really get incredibly violent, but there is a lot of blood, especially when Wolverine's claws pop out for the first time. So when Logan gets his claws, when they pop out for the first time, that's probably the most violent it gets. Well, his mom blowing her face off with a shotgun, they don't show that, but it's implied. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. This comic, like I said, if you're a fan of Wolverine, I highly recommend it. The storytelling is great. All the Cookie is an asshole, but everyone else, even Smitty, who Wolverine finds as his rival, isn't really a bad guy, and even takes Logan under his wing as a protege. And there's also the thing of Dog. Dog, I know, is a character that was meant to be Wolverine's half-brother, but it's so funny because Dog looks so much like Sabretooth, and I'm pretty sure that was the idea, is to make him look like Sabretooth. Because I guess they wanted to say that, his real name is Victor Creed, and he's but no, I think the people at Marvel are like, no, don't make Sabretooth and Wolverine brothers. So I guess they changed it that's why they changed it to Dog Logan. I think he's still around. Jason Aaron brought him into the present time through the Spider-Man Wolverine story. But yeah, it's interesting because Dog looks so much like Sabretooth. It's hilarious that, he's this big burly guy with mutant powers, but he's not Sabretooth. I just always found that funny. But yeah, this is a great comic. Again, I highly recommend Wolverine Origin. It's a beautiful story. It's a tragic story. It's a heartbreaking story. And I really don't want to say how it ends because it'll break your heart. This whole comic will break your heart every issue, but still. So, there you go, guys. Like I said, rather than do a review on Old Man Logan, I decided to go right from the start. So, if you have read Wolverine Origin, just comment below. What did you guys think of it? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.